Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. You can find Cheese Viking Games all over the web at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and cheesevikinggames.com. Hey everybody, today we're going to learn how to play Colt Express. Goal. To win, you must collect more loot than other bandits. Rounds. The game ends after 5 rounds. Each round is made up of 2 phases. Schiemen. Plan your moves by playing cards. And Stealing. Carry out the predetermined moves. So scheming and stealing. This is a programming game. You play your cards in one phase and then turn them over and everybody does things in a certain action in a certain way. For this tutorial, you will be playing Tuco, the character with the red shirt. You start in the last car. These are your cards. You get 6 from your deck. Each card represents a specific action that you can program. Each round is a series of turns. Each turn is represented by a card icon. We start by playing a round with only 1 turn. The goal of the game is to get the most loot. Play a robbery card to grab the loot by dragging it from your hand to the center of the screen. Remember, this phase is only the planning. You don't perform the action now. So, when I perform this action, wherever I will be, I will try to pick up some loot. With the scheming phase complete, we now carry out the actions that have been previously programmed. The pile is flipped over and cards are drawn one at a time, following the same order they were played. So I played a robbery card. I pick up the loot with the corresponding action icon. Gems are worth 500 bucks. Purses are between 250 and 500. The strong box in the locomotive is worth 1,000. Pick up the gem. Okay, we'll pick up the gem. Django played a move card. Inside a car, you can move only 1 car in either direction. On a roof, you can move up to 3 cars in either direction. Doc played a fire card. This card allows bandits to shoot each other in an adjacent car or anywhere on the roof. Characters block line of sight. So that's an important rule on the top. If you got multiple bandits on the top of the cars, line of sight is important. Doc fires his gun and spends 1 of his 6 bullets. Shot me! Doc's bullet card is added to your deck. For round 2, we will play 2 turns. Each round, the next bandit in line becomes the first player. A marker is shown on the portrait of the first player of the round, in this case, Django. So Django is the first player. Bad luck. You drew Doc's bullet card from last round. This is a dead card. So every time you get shot, it kind of just limits your potential actions for future rounds. You don't really die in this game, it just limits your actions, which is really cool. Play a punch card. So wherever I'm going to end up, I'm going to plan it so I can punch somebody. Or fire at someone. I guess either way I'm covered here. So Django punches Doc. Doc steals, and I get to punch Doc. And if he had different loots, I could make him drop whichever one I wanted him to. So the turn order was really important there, because Django was able to punch Doc into my car first, and I knew he was doing that, so so the tutorial told me to play my punch card, because it knew Doc would be in my cart. Finally, choose the direction to push the bandit. A bandit can't be pushed off the train, so I have to push him back into Django's car. Hooah! And he drops the loot. Doc played a floor change card. This card makes the character change floors, in this case, from inside to the roof. Django played a marshal card. The marshal moves one card in either direction and never goes on the roof. You played a fire card, so I get to shoot Django. For the next round, we'll go with 3 turns. We'll also add an event after the last turn. The marshal will drop a new strongbox at his position at the end of the round. There are many end-of-round events. Read the description to know what to expect. So it will tell you beforehand, which is nice. It's not random. It's not a random event. You can plan for it. The marshal is next to an opponent. Play the marshal card. So I'm going to try to have the marshal catch somebody. Come on. If you do not like your actions, you can always draw 3 more cards. This counts as an action. Okay, so we'll draw 3 cards as an action here and hopefully get something good. Play a fire card. At the end of the game, if you are the bandit who shot the most bullets, you get the gunslinger bonus of 1,000. So the game rewards you for shooting people. So Doc moves twice on top of the train. When the marshal shares a card with a bandit, the bandit receives a neutral bullet card and is forced to flee to the roof. So the marshal shoots him, and the bandit escapes to the top of the train. So I'm going to move the marshal. He shoots Django, and Django escapes to the top of the train. Which means Django's can't shoot me because he's on a different level. But the marshal shoots me on the top of the train. So this is where I don't do anything. And now Django can move. Doc's going for the lockbox down there, and I get to fire at Django. This is the end of round event. The marshal drops a new strongbox. Round 4 has special turns: tunnel, speeding up, and switching. We'll explain them as they come into play. Let's start by moving away from here. Okay, makes sense. This turn takes place in a tunnel. During this turn, all players play their actions face down. This complicates the strategy. So I'm definitely moving, and the other players know that I'm moving, but they won't know this next move. So they're gonna have to do some guesswork, and I'm gonna have to do some guesswork on what they're doing. This is a speeding up turn. During this turn, all players play 2 actions in a row. Ooh, fancy. So we are moving, we are shooting, we are going down, and then we are punching. We'll see if we hit anybody. We'll see if we hit anybody. This is a switching turn. In this turn, the playing order is reversed. Wow. So I knew that's coming because it shows the icons down in the bottom left. So I'm actually doing all those things backwards. Well, I guess not. I'm not sure how the switch works. Let's figure it out. Tuco can shoot through roofs. Alright. So we'll shoot Django. Poor Django, we've shot him 3 times. So I climb down. And I punch Doc. What a brutal turn. I love the animations when the programming doesn't work out as anticipated. You can see Django just try to punch nobody. As you saw, Django punched in the air and Doc climbing on the Marshal. Planing is difficult and can lead to chaotic and undesirable, but still fun situations. This can be a very frustrating game when that happens, but, you know, if you keep it light, it's pretty fun. Don't get too invested. There's a lot of randomness, there's a lot of chaos. You can try your best to plan for it, but things like that will happen. Round 5 is the last round of the game. The tutorial is done. You can exit to the main menu or finish this game on your own so you can hone your skills. Alright, so we'll finish the last round and see if we come out on top. So each bandit who is either in the locomotive or on its roof receives 250 bucks. We have 2 regular plays, a tunnel play, and a regular play, and then we want to end the turn on the locomotive. And we know the Marshal is moving, so we want to go onto the roof. Oh, we don't. Oh, no. Shoot. We messed up already. We definitely should have picked up some money first. Gotta worry about that turn order. I'm not gonna have a chance to flee before the Marshal comes and gets me, I think. Yep, so the Marshal moves. I messed that turn up. Because now I'm going right back down into the Marshal. Whoops. So now Django played that very poorly, because he knows he was moving the Marshal. So... nobody to punch. I was hoping Django would be there. I could punch Django and then my next turn pick up whatever loot he dropped. And that's Colt Express. You can see me play this and other games at twitch.tv/CheeseVikingGames.